And welcome to the 5-Star Dynasty Podcast Live, episode 206, Early Mock Madness. I am Tomcat, that is Biff, from the recliner.
Live recliner, and ladies. Let's get this rolling. Let's talk some rumors first, though, because I'm kind of lost on Shedeur Sanders, dude. Like, I don't know where he's gonna go. There's so many rumors out there saying like he's not a first-round quarterback, and then there's rumors that the Giants are working him out, and it's like, are the Giants just doing that to posture maybe the Saints to move up to get him?
I do think there might be some of that. I think that the Giants don't want, contrary to popular belief, I think they are okay with Jameis and Russ, and I think they like the rookie class next year better. And I think that there's a good chance they roll with those guys. And as simple as that, as they tell everybody they want the quarterback, the people who actually want him, it forces their hand. So right. I do think that. I'm hoping for a smokescreen.
And we already know Cam Ward's going one. Like, that's without a doubt.
Yep.
Cleveland is the wild card. Are they going to take Carter? Are they going to take Hunter? Are they going to take a quarterback? What's going to happen there?
I'm pretty confused about that, and since we've last spoke, to the fans, Hunter has come out and said he would rather retire than not play both positions. That he is a different athlete than everybody else, pretty much, and that like he is going to play any team that drafts him. Know that he would rather retire than not play both positions.
Right. So I mean, like I said, no matter who takes him, if he does play both sides, the teams that are in on him are going to play him at wide receiver more than they're going to play him on defense.
I agree.
Like, he'll play in pass.
He's not going to be 100%.
You know,
yeah, he's not going to be like 100% snap on both sides guy.
No, can't. No way. That's not going to work. He won't stay healthy. I mean, no matter how he wants to, but if you want to appease him, that's the way to do it.
Yeah. Very, very, very true. I'm pretty excited. We're not that long away. It's 4/17 today. We're coming up on what?
I think we only have like 8 days left, or 7 days, like a week. A week from today. Doesn't it start on Thursday now?
I believe so. Let me double check that.
I'm pretty sure it's a week from tonight. So we're probably right now the draft would be starting.
The draft is...
It's Thursday to Saturday, right?
I would have to believe so. Yes.
Yeah, so it's going to be...
So, needless to say, we should podcast next Thursday.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I'm totally down with that. Absolutely. Yeah. I'll have the computer back, and I'll be able to watch the draft on my TV.
Yeah.
So it'd be good. We could do live picks like we tried to last year, but mine was behind because I wasn't watching it on TV. I was watching it over stream.
I know. Sorry, I gotta plug something in.
Well, I got another couple of questions I want to ask you and see how you feel about it.
Okay, how many what's up? Oh, hey, look, we got a couple guys in the comments too. What's up, Bobby's Big Board?
How many quarterbacks do you think are gonna go in the first round?
4.
Like, you believe it's a solid 4, or is it like?
No, I believe it's a solid 3, and I think 4 is the number.
4 is the high. 4 is the high.
The high is 5. The high is 5. I don't think it's gonna happen.
I just don't see one of those spot I guess the Steelers, they might be in the market for a quarterback, so maybe.
When I say 5, I'm talking like a team shouldn't have and moved up from like early second round to the end of the first. Kind of like what the Ravens did with Lamar, how they came in the last pick.
Giants could do that. Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be something stupid like that. Sorry, I'm just looking for this.
For my team, it's looking like they're going offensive line or defense.
I'm thinking so. I think they're going offensive line. You got Drake May. You got to keep him up. You know, you just got Stephon Diggs. I mean, what's the point of getting him if you're not going to productively use him? So I feel like that's what they plan on doing.
Yeah, but I feel like if you do that, you should move back and keep moving back until you get in the spot where you can take that guy.
I don't know. I think they're going to take the best offensive line.
Smart move for them. Just keep getting picks. Keep trading back.
For what though? For who?
Just a bunch of like second rounders, dude. You know,
Why?
Third rounders.
Why?
Get like a Connor Lee or like a Simmons instead. More prototypical tackles.
I'm playing devil's advocate.
I'm not in on the Will Campbell thing. I feel like you're gonna have to move him in eventually.
Yeah.
And Membu's a right tackle, and he's raw. So I don't know. Just my thoughts on that.
No, I hear you. Listen, nobody wants to hear that their team's going to take a offensive lineman in the first round on the first couple picks, whether they're good or not.
Well, I think what the smoke is what I've been hearing on sports radio, which I know how much like that is, but usually the guys that I listen to are pretty plugged in with the Patriots. So
okay,
it's sounding like Campbell or, if Carter or Hunter fall, obviously one of them.
Well, yeah, but I don't think they're going to fall.
So it's Campbell, Jalen Walker, or Mason Graham.
Maybe. I have Campbell going there, though. Every mock we've done, if it was me on the clock, it's always been you, but it's in Campbell for me.
Bobby Twilson, what up?
He came in a while ago and said, keep up the grind, fellas, and advertised his live stream.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to pop in and say hello to him. It was nice. Yeah, I'm excited. I can't believe how close it is. I know we already said that last week even, but just as it gets closer, it's hard to not be excited every single day more and more. All this news is coming out. Everybody's not really sure on what they want to do. There's a lot of smoke screens going up.
Definitely.
And it's hard to decipher, but I do think you're right that we were talking before the pod. I do think there's a lot of teams that are throwing up smoke screens to try to get who they want or to goad other people into trading with them. The Giants might be one of them. Like you said at the beginning of the pod, the Giants might be one of them that's just saying, hey, we want Sanders. We totally want Sanders. Yeah, come trade with us. If you don't trade, you're not going to get him. And then next thing you know, they take, one of the other, Will Howard or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like something you don't expect because they are the Giants. But
I'm just happy we don't have to look for a quarterback again for another couple of years.
Yeah, I think he's your guy for a little bit. You'll never know if he's going to be the guy forever, but I do think he's your guy for a good little bit.
I hope at least a rookie contract.
He looked good to me, man.
He looked good to me too. But Mac Jones looked good his first year too. So
passed the eye test. Didn't even have any weapons. Now he's going to have Diggs. Diggs is already running and looking good. Did you see that?
Yeah.
I think we're in a different age, man. I'm going to say this, and I don't care what anybody says. I think we're in a different age. There's stem cells, and there's stuff that makes people heal faster, where people are going to go to Tijuana, or they're going to go to other places where the U.S. has restrictive laws. They're going to go get these, like when Peyton Manning went to Germany for that neck surgery. There's going to be people who go other places for treatment, and they're going to get it done, and it's completely legal. And next thing you know, a guy who tore his ACL is coming back in 6 months instead of a year.
Yeah,
it's everything's changing. So
Science is improving.
yeah, science and magic comes from the word science. But anyways, so I'm just going conspiracy theory, Alex Jones. No, in all seriousness, I can't wait to get into today to tell the people what we're getting into. We are going to do a mock draft, and it's not going to be like the mocks we've been doing when we're doing full teams, like who they think they're going to take in the NFL draft. We're going to do an actual mock back and forth, probably go odds and evens. We'll give Piff the odds, and I'll take the evens.
Nice. Now this is gonna be one QB.
One QB.
All right.
We could do super flex another time if you want, or if it goes super fast, we can do a super flex. We don't know how fast it's gonna be with just the two of us. If we rocket through it, then we might just restart and do a super flex. We'll go with the flow. You know,
that works for me.
We're only 12 minutes in. We usually go an hour and change. I know for the fans, last time we went like 2 hours because we just, we had the time. We were just going, rock and rolling. Sometimes you just go with the flow.
Yeah, that was fun. We just kept going.
Tell you.
But yeah, family's on vacation, so sitting in the living room on the recliner.
Oh, there you go. That's why you're just lounging.
From my phone.
That's why you're just lounging, dude. So any news? Let's see if there's any news.
How far do you think Tet's gonna drop?
I think Tet's not gonna drop as far. I think it's a smoke screen.
I think he might get outside the top 10. He might fall to Dallas.
I was thinking Dallas, and I actually like that because Dallas is one of the few teams. Dallas is one of the few teams that I think could actually take him as the wide receiver 2, and he would still be productive where you'd want him in fantasy. There's some teams that if he goes to the wrong team, like a nightmare for me is him going to the Vikings because they already have Addison and Hawk and obviously Jefferson. So like that's a nightmare scenario for me. As somebody who has Tet and Devies, somebody who wants Tet and Dynasty, Oh, I just wanted to tell you, dude, I have a Devy that I won, and I picked Jonty and Henderson.
Nice.
In my first and second round pick, so I automatically have them coming in. I'm already the champ. I'm really liking Devy now. I'm a little biased about liking Devy now because I went so heavy on Jonty and Tet. And then now they're both. I will say there's a couple times I tried to do that thing we talked about not doing. I tried to differentiate my shares, and I took Luther Burden in some, which I do still think he's going to be good. But I wish I took Tet every single one of those picks.
Well, I kind of wish I don't think I got him in any, actually.
Do you remember how big I was on him?
Yes.
Okay. I want my flowers. That's all. I had loved Tet. All last year, before anything happened, before the year even started, I said I liked Tet. I was like, this kid's legit. But
yeah, no, I'm excited to see how high Golden goes, or does he continue to, go back to where he was?
Yep. Well, we know how this goes, though. A lot of these people, we think they're not going to go, and then all of a sudden they go to the right spot. And it's like, oh, now the guy's up 3 rounds. Like somebody you think is going to go in the 4th, and all of a sudden they get drafted in the 1st round of like the Cowboys or something. And it's like if Golden went in the 1st round of the Cowboys, he would shoot up people's draft boards.
Absolutely. That's kind of a good side pick for Lamb. Yeah, it's a good number 2 for Lamb.
I think that does nothing but I think if Tet goes to the Cowboys, I think there's a real chance that Tet and Lamb are top 10 wide receivers. And like Lamb will be the one still, but Tet could be one of those things where Tet eats because people have to give so much attention to Lamb. But it happens every couple of years. We had it happen with Godwin, Evans. We had it happen with Thielen and Diggs. We had it happen with Thielen and Jefferson. There's a lot of times where they're on a team there'll be 2 wide receivers in the top 10 or top 12.
Yeah. All right, you're gonna hate me, but I'll be right back.
You're fine. Right on. Cool. Well, so one thing I'm really looking forward to with this draft is there's going to be guys that fall and people forsake them because they didn't go day 1 or 2. And when it comes to especially wide receivers, like, you just don't know anymore. I mean, look at Puka, look at some of these guys. Just the talent level is so high now that you really can't judge a guy only on, oh yeah, he didn't get drafted where I thought he was going to draft. Like, yes, that there's indication when a guy is drafted that early that it can be very good, but it's not a definitive measure. It is one of those things where you have to remember how many undrafted guys are coming out of nowhere now. I mean, it's going to be more and more as time goes. There's so many great athletes now that it's not like it was back in the late 90s, early 2000s, when you had a certain amount of really good athletes and you had some guys that were kind of good. Now you have elite athletes at such a level, and there's so many of them that no matter what you do, you're going to have guys that are undrafted. You're going to have guys that missed a certain pro day where they didn't get looked at, or a certain game, they missed 3 games at the end of a season, or you're going to get guys who squeak through the cracks, and you just don't know if they're going to be any good, and you got to take a shot on guys like that sometimes. You're on mute. Just letting you know. But yeah, I was just letting the guys, I was just letting the guys and girls know, like, hey, you're going to get people who nobody believes in because they didn't get drafted day 1 or day 2. They were a mid-round pick like Puka. They were an undrafted guy like Thielen. I didn't say his name specifically, like Thielen, and they worked their way on, and you know, you just never know. And now that the talent is expanded so much, there's going to be undrafted guys, and especially in the next 10, 15 years, we're going to have dozens of guys that were just undrafted. They didn't get looked at by the right guys, and then they explode. Because you have guys like Richardson. I'm going to take a hit. I'm going to take a hit on him. You have guys like Richardson that are being overrated, and then next thing you know, they get drafted way too high, and there's a guy somewhere who is an actual good quarterback who will never throw in the NFL, and he never will be given a shot because a guy like Richardson flashed a couple times, and some guy was like, "Dave runs fast! That guy runs fast! Whoa! Holy crap! Whoa! I've never seen anybody run before." Yeah, dude. Yeah, okay. But can he throw the ball? Because he's a quarterback. He's not a running back. All right. I can't.
Well, you know, and he's not really like he's a me guy, you know?
Yeah. And you know what he's going to be? A B guy. As in benched. Danny Dimes is coming for that job. Now, will he be the franchise quarterback of the future of them? Probably not. But will he steal the job at some point this year? Very likely. Whether through injury or cowardice. And I say that for the fact that he literally said he was too tired to go in for a play.
Yeah, that's unacceptable to me. If I was a teammate, I would have been so pissed.
It's not just, and you're right. You said it, but you said it very well. I'd be so pissed because not only is he your teammate that's, you know, crap in the bed when you really need him, but he's supposed to be your leader. That's supposed to be the general. Can you imagine you're at war and the general just randomly says, I'm just going to sit this one out for a second. You guys figure this one out. I'll be back in a second. What?
Definitely not.
We're about to make the playoffs, dude. Hey, our division stinks at the moment. We were about to make the playoffs at the time. And I'm not a Colts fan. I just say we as if I'm a teammate.
Yeah, like as a teammate. Right?
But it's like the Colts at that point weren't that far from making the playoffs.
No, they weren't. That's sad. Yeah.
He gave up on him.
Guy with all that, you know, that size and ability and
size and athleticism and all that.
Doesn't put it all together, you know.
It's sad. It really is. You know, and I don't wish bad against him. I more get frustrated because I had so many of the truthers bash me and talk crap about me the last 2 years. And where are they now? Not one of them has said sorry. Not one of them has admitted they were wrong. Not one of them has given me my flowers. I just don't understand how they think that they can just talk all this crap to me, and then when I'm right, they don't want to admit it.
All these flowers you want, you're gonna have to start a fucking florist.
I want a garden, man. I want a garden of flowers. And you will give them to me. If you were watching and you were in a league with me and I talked crap about Richardson and you debated me, I need you to reach out to me and tell me you were wrong.
I was wrong.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Maybe,
We had some pretty
it
heavy
worked.
debates about it, dude. I mean, they were all fun spirited and like banter, but like nobody ever got mad. But we had some like you really believed in him at one point.
I did. Yeah, I was so in on it. Like, it made no sense how he couldn't throw the ball with accuracy, because he has an arm.
Yes,
You just can't throw it in the right place.
it's a good example of somebody who's got a cannon, but it's like cool, but where's he throwing it? Like he can throw it, but he can't accurately throw it. Were you a Trey Lance guy too?
Uh-huh.
When are you gonna learn? Listen to your boy Tomcat about these guys with no experience. You know who I did like? You know who I did like last year? Bo Nix.
I didn't.
I did.
I hated him too.
Yeah.
I didn't even think he was supposed to be drafted.
I did. You want to know why? Experience.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's going to have to, it's good. Now that college players, they come out, they're not very good.
Yeah.
Period. Period.
They're all,
like they're not
so many
as
of
good
them.
they're not as good. They're not as, well, I won't say they're not as smart, but they're not taught the right stuff.
Does it feel like a lot of guys are getting by on raw athleticism and talent, and that they're not like, I feel like we don't have Peyton Mannings and Tom Brady's, and I mean, even Eli Manning's. Like, we don't have anybody that's like, just like really, and like even like guys like Trevor Lawrence, I don't see them being long-term franchise guys.
No, well, if he could get his head straight and stay,
How many years are we going to say that?
Yeah, but you got to give these guys a chance. You got to remember that, because they're all inexperienced.
No, he wasn't.
They need to be.
He wasn't, though, brother. He played a lot of college games and he was undefeated in college.
Yeah, but now these guys coming out of college, they're like 24, 25.
No, I agree with that.
Instead of like 21.
No, I agree with that. That's smart, though. You know what it is? A lot of these guys aren't rushing it, and they're like, I'm not going to like get the right situation.
It was COVID. All these guys from 2019 and COVID years got so many extra years of eligibility because of it.
Oh, is that what it is? They added extra years because of it?
Yeah, like say that he was supposed to play in 19. Say that was his true freshman season.
Yeah.
He gets hurt. He don't play. That doesn't count as a year of eligibility.
Oh.
So now they're all coming out now. That people that were hurt and stuff like that. You got guys that are like old coming out.
Is that why Velus Jones was like 24, 25 when he came into the NFL?
They're all just because all the COVID seasons, they're all trying to catch up.
Yeah. That
Eventually it'll all fix itself. But some of these guys have been there for years, and now they're going to stay longer, I think, personally, because of the NIL.
Yeah, I think a combination of that, and then like if more success of guys like Bo Nix, where they put a lot of time in and then they come in and polish and experience and they keep the job. It's like, okay, everybody laughed at Sean Payton when he grabbed Bo Nix, and it was like he's the most polished one.
Really is. He played the most. Well,
yeah,
he played 5 or 6 years. So,
well, you remember what my biggest dig on Trey Lance or Anthony Richardson was? It was always that they barely played any games.
Yeah, it always was. And Trey Lance, when he did play, he didn't play against really great competition.
No.
Either.
Nope. Was it
Carson Richardson at least played against good competition. He just didn't play many. He played like 15 games or something total?
Yeah. Yes.
So, just not a lot.
It's not a lot. You see a flash in the pan in a couple games.
Every
like, oh shit.
Hopefully every offseason he keeps working with some guy that helps him with his throwing, and he'll be fine. But he's got to do it. This is the year for him. If he doesn't do it this year, they're going to cut him. Somebody will sign him. He'll be a backup somewhere for
I
a couple
agree.
years, and that'll be that.
I agree. And he'll be that guy you put in as like a super flex backup week 16 to try to, make it to you're trying to get into the bowl. You lost your other guy. You're playing him. he gets 2 rushing touchdowns and 150 passing yards.
Who knows? Maybe he lands somewhere that is a good place to be. I mean, I guess Steichen's not all that, maybe. We'll see. We'll see what happens with Danny Dimes.
I was about to say that, but if Dimes comes in there and starts ripping it up and Pittman starts being awesome, then immediately we just point all fingers at Anthony Richardson and say
they have their whole offense is fine. Except they don't have a tight end and their offensive line's getting old.
They have a tight end?
No.
Warren.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see. But,
yeah. That's just where we keep mocking him.
But
I'm gonna start setting that up.
Yeah. Like they got Adonai Mitchell, they got Josh Downs.
Where do you think Jonty goes?
Pittman. My
100%, you're right.
My heart says the Bears.
I think he's going to the Raiders.
I feel like the Raiders might do something stupid. That's the only reason I haven't said the Raiders.
I don't, because they have Pete Carroll. They're going to take running back.
I mean, that would probably be the best pick on the board. So,
mock draft, new NFL mock.
But yeah, I'm still thinking the Bears.
That's my number 2. My opinion is he goes to the Raiders, and if he doesn't go to the Raiders, he goes to the Bears. Like it's all if he makes it past the Raiders or not. I don't think everybody after the Raiders needs a running back that early, especially in this deep of a class. But I think Pete Carroll is the kind of guy who wants a guy like Jonty. And Jonty just came out and talked to all the. I don't know if you saw that. He commented to all the NFL GMs, and he said, "We're playing tackle football. Why wouldn't you pick the guy who can't be tackled or something like that?"
About that game against Texas, how many times did you get tackled?
I mean, a lot, but you know what, dude? He's really good, dude.
He is really good, but I'm not convinced because of the competition. Dude, I put a sleeper posted like a trade that involved Genty. It was like I posted it on Twitter. It was like Genty for like Achane, Ayuk, and like Zach Moss for like a throw in to make it even.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah, well, I commented. I was like, all this love for Genty because they were all like, "Oh, I'm not taking the package. I'm not taking the package." I was like, "I'm taking the package, dude. Give me Achane and Ayuk. Oh, don't worry about Zach Moss."
Yeah, I mean, you already know my style. I don't do the whole, hey, I'm going to overpay for one guy. I just don't do it. You're never, guys, unless it's Josh Allen in a 6-point TCR scoring where they have like first down points and all this other stuff, or if it's like a bonus league with all this, unless it's like that and it's like Josh Allen or like Jaden Daniels or something, you do not pay multiple players for one player because those multiple players are always going to score more than one guy. Even if they have moderate weeks, almost always on average, not every week, but on average, you're going to get more points out of Ayuk and HN than just Jonty.
So I said, I hope with all this Genty love, I hope he turns into Monty Ball. And if you played fantasy football for a while, Monty Ball was a massive bust.
Yeah, how dare you, dude? I don't
appreciate
that at all.
I can't see it. I can't do it. Why didn't he leave Boise State? Like, didn't make any sense to me. Playing fucking Boise State. You're that good. You can't do that. Can't do it. How many running backs in the top 50 you think? I'm going with like 5.
50 or 15?
50, 50.
Oh, yeah, I agree. I thought you said in the top 15. I was like, what? That'd be insane. I'm trying to figure out how to do it where it's not going to just auto pick as soon as it's not my turn. Because it's sleeper. Let me send it to you. Did I tell you that I won a bracket
No.
for March Madness?
No way.
Dude, I literally picked. First of all, my final 4 were all right. Out of my final 8, I got 7 out of 8. I know nothing about basketball at all. I completely picked randomly. I mostly picked favorites. I didn't even care. I just went randomly. I picked Florida to win it all, specifically because Tony Michael John's the guy that the crazy guy, crazy man. This guy on this posts on social media and he posts crazy stuff. And one time he just posts and just like, I think Florida's gonna win, man. And then I got just random was like, that'd be cool. I'll just pick Florida. Just as a joke, and they actually won. It was hilarious. I'm sending you this. Oops. I'm trying to figure out how to make it not auto pick, but we're gonna do that however we can. Anyway, send that to you.
Maybe you could just not start it and just put the guys in.
Yes, I can do that. 100% I can. Yep.
So that would probably be the best way to do it, I think.
Hopefully it doesn't set us in motion where randomly.
It's not going to let me be on screen if I look at this mock.
That's okay. You don't do it. Oh yeah, you're on your phone.
Yeah.
It's all good. It's all good. We definitely want you on screen.
I think I could be able to see it. Anyway.
All right. I think if I click to the next guy and then set it, it won't go past me. So we'll do it like that. All right. I'm going to share in a second. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm sharing to the screen. You're going to be able to see it anyways.
That's what I'm saying. You sent it to me. That's all. I
sent it to you because I thought you were going to join it. But then I realized that what you said. That's all. I forgot you were on your phone. That's all.
Yeah.
All right. You know, because normally you'd be on the computer, so I just sent it to you on your phone so you could look at it on your phone. All right. Now, what we're going to do, guys, is this is an early mock. It's going to be a little bit of a combo of what do we think the person's going to do, where we think the person might land, whether it's one team or multiple teams. I would say, like, overall, you know, whatever we pick, assuming who it is. I'll wait till it's my turn to explain a little more so he doesn't steal my pick, but...
Well, I'm not going to steal your pick because I'm taking Ashton Genty.
That's a joke. All right. So we're just gonna go right off the We're gonna right off the bat. Give John T. So if I'm at 2, I'm looking here, and I'm looking at before I pick who I'm gonna pick. I will say, I just I think a lot of it's gonna obviously depend on where people fall. But looking at it where it is right now and who I like and who everything else, most likely if this was me, I'm seeing this and I'm like, oh, hey. I'm looking at Tet. I'm looking at, obviously he's probably way down here because of everybody being scared. Yep, Travis Hunter down here. I'm looking at guys like that. But I do know that it's not every draft that you can get running backs that are going to really matter. And while this is a deep class, and I'm hopeful for a lot of these guys, there's a couple guys that I think are going to be slam dunks. And besides Jonty, I do think Hampton's going to be a slam dunk, almost wherever he goes. But I do think he's going to go a good place. I'm going Hampton.
I like it. And I'm actually going to do a third running back. I'm going to take Travion Henderson.
Beautiful. Yeah, I have a shout out to the people who have to deal with me having Henderson and Jonty in the Debbie.
Mm-hmm. I just think you would know wherever he lands, it's probably going to be a decent spot where he's needed. So
I agree. I think these are the big 3. I think there's other running backs I really like. I've mentioned that I really like Judkins. I think Judkins has the ability to be in this big three, but I'm not foolish enough to think right now he should be drafted like these big three should be. I do think Henderson has the home run hitting, but Judkins had a really good pro day, so I don't know.
I mean, do you think Hampton, do you think Hampton lands in like Denver or Pittsburgh or?
I think those are literally the two teams that I predict for him. Those are my projections, and those are the teams I want for him.
Okay.
So yes, and you know what's really cool? I think there's a chance whichever one doesn't get Hampton takes Henderson. Or
yeah, well, I'm thinking maybe Henderson.
I don't be surprised if Henderson goes before Hampton.
Yeah, me either.
Some people would be, but I'm not. I feel like
the Chiefs might be in the market heavily for a running back.
I think so too.
At the end of this draft.
I think so too. Whether it's whether it's like a Dylan Sampson type, or whether it's a Caleb Johnson, or whether it's a Judkins or Henderson, they're definitely looking for somebody. I don't think Pacheco is going to be good enough. I mean, Pacheco, I know he was coming back from the broken leg and he might have come back too soon, but regardless, it's probably not a good sign that he was being out snapped by Kareem Hunt a considerable amount, and then they re-signed Kareem Hunt, didn't they? Yeah. So,
and he also doesn't have like draft capital security either. So
at all, he's so low.
He was taken right before Purdy, wasn't he?
I think so. I don't know.
A pick before, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he was almost the last pick in the draft.
That's crazy. So obviously, if I'm right here, I'm like, hey, unless Judkins has like an otherworldly landing, it's an easy tet for me. So just for the sake of like this person being like, oh, sweet, I'll take the number one wide receiver, or the person they have ranked that.
See, I got Tet going to like maybe the Jets. That's probably the highest I think he goes to be the Jets.
See, I'm hoping he goes to a team where he can be like we were saying if he could be the number 2 at the Cowboys and that the offense be good enough where Lamb eats the way he always does, but then Tet is also a wide receiver one, a la Thielen, Jefferson, Diggs, Godwin, Evans. Every couple years there's 2 that make it. So that's what I'm thinking.
All right, so you got the first wide receiver off the board.
Yep.
So I'm really torn here between Travis Hunter or a tight end. And I think...
Well, I will say it changes everything that he came out and said there is no ifs, ands, or buts. If you draft him, expect to play him at wide receiver and cornerback. So at the very least, we know he's not just going to be a cornerback.
I think that he's going to be mostly a wide receiver to whatever, because any team he goes to in the top 4, it's going to play wide receiver.
Yeah.
That's going to be his dominant position. He will play a little defense, but I don't see him playing a full 50-50. That's not going to work.
No, I agree.
But I'll take Travis Hunter. I was thinking about Warren, but I'm going to take Travis Hunter.
All right. If I'm number 6, I'm looking at this. I see a couple of names I like. I see Warren. Unless Warren went to an ungodly spot, it's hard for me to turn down Warren or to go Warren when there's a couple guys that I really, really, really like here. But if I'm number 6 and we're in a 12-person league, then I'm the last team who didn't make the playoffs. I might have even had a good record, and I just didn't make the playoffs by maybe a game.
Probably had Kelsey on your team.
What's that?
Probably had Kelsey on your team.
Probably had Kelsey on the team, dude. But that would make me pick Warren, which I'm not doing. So I don't have Kelsey in this scenario, and I'm looking at this and say he does get a good landing spot. Say Quinshon Judkins goes to the Chargers. So
Judkins it is.
1 second. I got to check something. 1 second. Keep the people occupied for a moment.
Blah 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 blah. Well, the next pick is going to be Tyler Warren because he's probably the best tight end prospect coming out since Brock Bowers, which was just last year. But I think he's going to be better than Kyle Pitts. So we'll say he's better than Kyle Pitts. He does everything. He throws. He runs the ball like a running back, and he's got a good height. I think he's like 6'6", 6'7". So, I mean, he's going to be a beast. And whatever team gets him, which will probably be like the Colts or...
All right, sorry about that, guys.
Maybe the Jaguars. They could be up there for that. Who knows? Maybe not. Everybody's like a Brenton Strange truther. I don't know who is, but Tyler Warren, please.
Tyler Warren. You can hear me, right?
Yes.
Okay, I just want to make sure I had you on mute. I want to make sure I turned it on. All right. So, if I'm right here, I'm like, oh shit, things are starting to get interesting. But for me, it all depends on this guy's landing and this guy's landing. Burden was a good example of somebody who was like had such a high draft prediction originally, and then he just didn't have as good of a year this year, and it really hurt his draft stock. For me, I'm looking at this and I'm like, where does Golden? If Golden goes to the Cowboys, if Golden goes to the Chargers, something like that, then I'm like, oh man, he's super fast. I want him. And that being said, all right, I actually think that Emeka Mbuka is one of the most complete wide receivers of the entire draft. Like he has every part of the game, whereas other guys are maybe better in a lot of aspects, but they don't have the entire game.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, I'm going him.
Emeka Mbuka. I like that pick.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like he's going to be like Amon-Ra St. Brown.
That's literally who I was going to make the comparison to. I'm not even kidding.
But he's going to go higher than Amon-Ra, but I feel like that's like his ceiling.
But like, he'll be like a PPR guy. Like he'll be somebody who just like gets a lot of receptions, gets some touchdowns, like really gets going. Solid hands. But yeah, so I pretty much know who you're going to pick now.
Do you?
I mean, I assumed. I guess not.
No. Yeah. Because we usually play in 0.5 tight end pre. I'm going Loveland.
Okay.
Loveland here because they kind of have like the same track record, you know. Like I feel like, especially if like Loveland lands with the Chargers, like he's going to be a problem.
Yeah, I could see that. I like Loveland a lot. He's more of a, for me, he's unless he gets a crazy elite landing, he's more of a, I guess, toward a little more back of the first, but more like an early second for me because I've burned too many picks on tight ends trying to get the next guy. Just at the end when I don't know who to pick if it was like a thin year, and this is not a thin year. That being said, I do like Loveland a lot, so I think it's a good pick. Pretty much what I'm saying is normally I don't like to take this many tight ends here this early, but I like these two guys. Good pick. Tight end taker. All right. Yeah, so for me it's easy here. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm happy that what's here. Burden, unless he gets a crazy Burden and Bond, those guys might all get decent landings, but for me,
Bond's not getting drafted probably.
that's very possible. For me, it's Golden.
Yeah, I was between Golden and Loveland, but
I figured that's what I said. When I said I knew who you were going to pick, I thought it was Golden. So when you didn't pick Golden, I was like, oh, well, you're not getting him in 11.
just because like I feel like it's only speed, you know. I don't know how complete. I haven't watched enough to know how complete of a wide receiver he is.
No, that's fair. It's more of like he would like explode and then he wouldn't, and then he would just disappear and then he would explode again. It's like he's able to disappear. He doesn't command targets per se. But that being said, I don't think he's like John Ross style where he like can only run fast. But I also don't think he's as complete as Worthy. All right. So if I'm right here,
Oh, this is me, right?
No, you. Yeah, this is you. This is you.
So who's that top guy?
Dylan Sampson.
No way. Nope, not happening.
Luther Burton, Bouchal. I'll get in the other menu so you can see more. Actually, no, that one blinks.
Yeah, you know what? Let me take Burden here.
Burton?
Yeah, I'm gonna take Burden here. I feel like one of those teams that really need a receiver in the top of the second are gonna get him.
If this was last year and I was the 12 and I did this in a lot of leagues that I won, whether I was 11 and I went second place or whether I got 12, a lot of leagues by here, most of the talent was gone last year. This year's not like that, but last year most of the talent was gone. So this is around the pick I would take, like a Jaden Daniels, but there is no Jaden Daniels in this class. Are there quarterbacks? Yes, there are, but are they Jaden Daniels style quarterbacks where they had the potential to like really explode? No, I really don't think so. So I would not take that here. For me, it would depend on how these wide receivers were received in the draft, where were they drafted, what round were they drafted. I like all these guys, but none of these guys are like, oh my God, I need these guys. Obviously, there's hope that people want Arroyo and Fannin to be something, Mason Taylor to be something. We don't know. It all depends on their landing spot. Now, that being said, if I'm right here and I won last year, oh, man, how was Ollie Gordon down this low?
Because he had a bad year.
I know, but he's so good.
I agree.
I think he's better than these guys. I don't understand why he's so low. I know why. It bothers me. All right. If this is me, I'm probably going either Trey Harris or Devin Neal or Ollie Gordon. Forgot about Devin Neal. I really like him. I know these guys are ranked higher for whatever reason because people have been mocking, but people are also mocking rookies that are on no teams right now. So I don't really put any weight into the rank or ADP right now.
Yeah, no, me either.
So I'm gonna go Ollie Gordon. It was between him and Devin Neal. But if I could win the Super Bowl and then get Ollie Gordon to replenish some of my running back room, I'd be happy. Unless he gets a bad landing spot.
All right. So this next pick, I'm gonna take. What's his name? Oh, I had it. I can't see anything, so it's not really helping.
What position?
It was wide receiver.
Trey Harris. Yeah. Where do you think he goes? Where would you like him to go?
Probably mid to high second. Probably like the England, Jets.
I was thinking the Jets.
Who else is in there?
I was thinking
Dallas.
the Jets.
Dallas. Do they have a second rounder?
I think so.
Like if they don't take a wide receiver in the first.
The only round I know about for sure is I know it's the first time in a while that every team has their own first round pick. For now.
Yeah, for now.
I mean, I do feel like we've seen a lot more action in the last couple of years with people trading. But yep.
Next.
All right. So next. If I'm on the clock here, I'm looking. Oh, this is easy for me. If I'm on the clock here and I see Devin Neal somehow, I'm smashing it. And I don't mean somehow because actually all these are good picks. So, yep, if I see Devin Neal there and I'm the team that took McMillan and I passed up on, oh yeah, I forgot the. Sorry, let me move this over. We're not doing this many rounds, guys. It just was wonky. It wouldn't let me. Let me see if I can figure it out actually. So maybe let's go 5 benches and see if that lets me do it. Cool. I made 6 because of the QB one. My bad. All right. And that'll be easier to scroll over now. Cool. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Trey Harris actually went here. I lied. So Ted McMillan guy does not get Devin Neal. The Ashton Genty guy gets Trey Harris. Oh, yeah, there's an all now. That's the only thing. No, I still would do it even if I was the Hampton guy and Neal was there. Honestly, because if he goes through a good,
I'm not doing it like that. I'm just doing it like, I don't really. I'm not.
No, I did the best player. I'm saying I did the best player, and if I was the Hampton guy and it came back to me and I felt like Neal had a good landing spot and Neal was the best guy, I wouldn't overthink it and be like, "Oh, I need to get a wide receiver. I need to get a." That's what I was trying to say. Is like I thought Neal was the best guy there. I picked him when I thought it was here. So, yep.
Kim Scadaboo.
So same deal. You have your guy getting 2 right there. Which, hey, if you're the team who got the 102 and the 103. And you were able to reload with these 2 good running backs, good on you. Well, if I was a tech guy, I'm probably pretty pissed right now. Man, it's falling off.
Yeah, it's not as good as you think.
It really isn't. I heard somebody say in a podcast, and I agree with this. There are a couple guys that all they need is a good landing spot, and then all of a sudden it makes more good players in this draft. It just, if they don't get drafted to the right spot, then there's not that many. But that being said, I'm already here. I would say he takes between Dylan Sampson and Caleb Johnson. I'm going to say Caleb Johnson.
Yeah, he probably gets more draft capital.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
All right, so here I'm going to take Jalen Noel.
Good pick.
Iowa State wide receiver, I believe.
I'm just trying to figure out why this is blinking like that. It's annoying. All right. Rails, there he is.
No. Noel.
Noel's. Oh my God. Sorry, I was so distracted by the damn blinking. I don't know why it's doing that. Noel. Is it Noel's like this? What is it?
Jalen Noel. Or Jaden.
Oh, duh. It's Noel like that. Dirt. Sorry, that blinking is really bothering me and distracting me. I don't know why I couldn't concentrate seeing it. All right. Well, if I'm here, then I'm sweet. God, Bond a year ago was so highly rated.
He's still a good player. It's just he didn't do well in the 40.
Yeah.
He has a sexual assault case.
Oh, I forgot about that. I was about to pick him. Never mind. Where Rose? Obviously, it all depends on his landing.
All right, I'm going to take Jaden Higgins here.
That's probably who I should have taken, if I'm honest. But all right, I would probably go Dylan Sampson here, assuming he gets a good landing.
The guy already has a tight end. I really wanted to take a tight end here.
I was about to say, you actually the only one who's taking a tight end this draft. You took Warren for 7 and Loveland for 9.
I want to take Arroyo here because I feel like he's going to land in a good spot. All right, I'm taking Arroyo.
Who are you taking?
Tight end.
Again?
Yep. I like him better than any of the wide receivers that are left and some of the running backs.
All right. This late in the draft, you just hope that it's all allegations. You have Bond, you have Golden and Bond. Teammates, right?
Yeah. Okay. So you took him.
This is the runner-up. Treat it like you went to the bowl and lost.
What do we got for running backs? Need some names. I can't read them.
Bashal Tuden, Damian Martinez, Trevor Etienne, RJ Harvey. Oops.
RJ Harvey. No, that's what I meant. Damian Martinez. Before you put Damian Martinez. That's
Doesn't
what I
sound like
want.
it's what you meant.
Damian Martinez.
All right. The champion of the league. If Tez Johnson had a good landing, it's funny seeing how many of these guys had great ratings last year, and now they're just like nobodies. Nobody wants to even talk about.
Yep.
Jordan James. Raheem Sanders, good example.
Yeah.
When I was drafted in Debbie last year, he was like pretty highly ranked, and then now I haven't heard anything about him at all. Yeah. You know what? I think this is a good spot for it's a 1 QB. We have decent scoring. Everything's getting, thinner. You already got Ollie Gordon in the first. This guy won the league already. He takes Cam Ward to try to just keep his QB core replenished.
Okay, so first QB off the board.
Yeah, last pick of the second round. In reality, whether we agree with it or not, most of your leagues you're probably going to see Cam Ward go earlier than he should. I would not even be surprised. This is me and Piff drafting, so we waited. I will not be surprised if you see Cam Ward go at like 2-1 or 112 or like 2-2 or something like that.
Yeah,
Don't be surprised if you see it.
I wouldn't be surprised at all.
Yeah, but I knew we weren't going to draft like that.
Elick Iomanor.
Yeah, I was hoping you didn't take him. All right.
Just because I feel like he's pretty, through the draft process, he's been pretty highly touted.
I take Tez after that.
Tez Johnson. Okay.
Yeah, the team already took Hampton and then Neal, so Tez would be a good third.
All right, give me some wide receiver names.
Restrepo.
No.
I'm scrolling. Sorry, it's a lot of Horton, Antoine Wells, Jack Beck.
Yeah, go all the way to the top.
Bayshon Tootin. Restrepo's the number one.
Yeah, no, I'm not taking him. Yeah, give me Brashard Tootin.
Shaw Tootin. That team went heavy on running back. All right.
Year.
It is the year. All right. So this team would have already had Tet and Caleb coming in, being like, all right, who should I take? He takes Shador Sanders in the third round, grabs one wide receiver, one running back. And I didn't even plan it like that. Those were just the ones I wanted at the time. So Shador at 3-4 is not bad.
No, can I get a running back list?
You can get a running back list. Trevor Etienne, RJ Harvey, Kyle where was it?
Monangai.
Monangai. I scrolled past.
Who's
it.
the top ones? Just
Trevor, then RV or RJ Harvey.
Yeah, give me Trevor Etienne.
All right. Goes to the team with Noel and Hunter. Jenkins Royal. If I'm on the clock here, I'm going Restrepo, assuming he has a good landing.
Yeah, he really needs a good landing spot. Someone who's in desperate need of like a small slot.
He's definitely somebody specifically needs to go to a certain style. So I'm just hoping for it.
Okay. I'm going to go Jackson Dart.
Dart?
Yeah.
It's a good spot for him. This is about the time people are going to start taking little dart
This
throws.
is what people are going to start taking their guy. You know, guys they like.
You get
like
it?
Profiles and stuff.
Yeah, they're going to start their dart throws.
Look at see what you did there.
And this team gladly takes RJ Harvey. Here's your double tight end team.
Triple
You
tight end.
think I can take Fannin now?
No. I was going to take
Monangai, Sanders, DJ Giddens. A lot of guys I haven't heard any word about, like Donovan Edwards, who got hit with the cover curse after he was on. There was like a couple players that were on the college football cover, and then they didn't have good years this year.
give me Raheem Sanders.
Fuck. Whatever, dude.
Whatever, dude.
That's what I was gonna pick next. God damn it! I knew it was a team with two wide receivers. I was like, oh sweet, I'll just take Sanders. I don't want Monangai or whatever. All right. If he has a good landing spot, it would be Harold Fannin. Apparently, this team did need running back, or they just took the best available.
All right, I'm high on this guy, and we're already in the third. So I'm going to take Oronde Gadsden, tight end.
Hold on, let me keep scrolling down.
Why don't you just hit Titans?
All right, we're the old line guys, by the way, and I still haven't seen him yet.
He's out there.
I'm gonna type his name in. What's his name?
Gadsden.
Oh, there he is, way down there. All right, I'm gonna enjoy that if he hits. That was deep. All right. Well, I don't know if I have anything that deep, but I'm gonna go Jack Betch. Gordon, Ward, and then Betch.
Another running. I can't take a running back, can I? Of course I can.
You can. You're John T. Harris and Naomi.
DJ Giddens.
Come on now. All right. Well then, Tony Horton.
I like it. I like that pick.
Mm-hmm. I would like that if I was this team. He went double running back, and then he went two wide receivers. Assuming they have good spots.
Oh, Jesus.
Nope, not on the board.
You sure? His name's not Jesus.
Nope. Typed it in.
Jalen Milrow.
Boom. To the Giants. All right. So here I'm gonna say Mason Taylor. Look at that. This guy would have been the 104. He got Tet, Caleb, Sanders, and Taylor. Yeah, one of each position. And that wasn't even on purpose. I just did that the best available at the time.
Okay. Oh, I was gonna take Taylor this pick.
I'm sure you were.
All right. What do we got for running backs?
We have Monangai, Edwards, Smith, Taj Brooks, Woody Marks,
Smith.
Rashard Smith. All right. I'm going to go Quinn Ewers. 4-6, hoping he probably got like a backup job to an older quarterback, or he got a surprise pick that nobody expected. Boom. Ewers.
All righty. We go running back somewhere. No, I'm a nun guy. Donovan Edwards.
Yeah. All right. So if I'm on the clock here. Yep. Definitely. I had to check if they had the position or not. Will Howard.
Jesus.
Assuming he gets a random Gardner Minshew type landing where you're like, oh, he might be good for a year or two before he gets replaced. Surprise us. Or be a good backup.
Wide receivers. Can I get wide receivers?
Can you wide receivers in this place? Antoine Wells, Savion Williams, Brew McCoy.
Give me better.
Ty
Just
Belton,
read the
Ricky
name
White.
stuff. Huh?
Is Ricky White Squirrel White?
Yeah, draft him.
No! That's not fair.
No,
I'm the one who figured
Ricky
out
White.
he's a squirrel.
I wanted Ricky White.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did.
No, you didn't. You made that up.
No, somebody drafted him in a rookie draft. I already did, and I was like, "Dude, is that Roddy White's kid?"
That's how I feel right now. All right, I'm gonna go Savion. What? I didn't even mean to see this. Requested to do on-field drills at running back. Antonio Gibson 2.0. All right. Well, do you want? We can go another 5. The other one if you want, but we were originally just going to go to 4. I know I said
we're gonna
5,
let's
but...
keep it at 4 because
all right.
I'm losing.
Yeah, we got.
I want a running back.
Let's see. Edwards, Brooks, Marks.
Woody Marks.
For me, the champion takes. Only do. He's not gonna do anything, but screw it. Donovan Edwards, stand it.
Yay! What a draft!
Did it, guys?
What a draft!
What a freaking draft!
And in 7 days, it'll be obsolete.
Oh yeah. Oh, what's up, Hitman? Sorry, I just saw the messages and I have the thing open. I can't see who messages and who doesn't. If you just got on, Hitman, feel free to rewind. We're winding down now, but I know you can, right after it ends, you can rewind from the beginning and start up. But why does this always happen? Should we play this song at the beginning of the thing? Because I feel like the second we play this song, people start coming in.
I feel like we did a good job for what we know.
Yeah,
so
well,
far.
considering how limited everything is, we really don't know where people are going to land. And a lot of the guys we like might get no landing spot, and a lot of guys we hate might get a good spot where we look at each other and say, hey, maybe I actually do like that guy now that he got the right spot.
Yeah. Agreed.
Squirrel White is somebody I like toward the end right there. He went in the 4th round right there, but I could easily see him being a 3rd or 2nd round guy if he gets the right spot.
Yeah. It's all going to shake
In a rookie
up,
draft,
especially
not in the NFL draft.
After that, I figure after the 1st round, it's all going to be based off landing spot. Like any pick after the 1st round, you're pretty much, it's all landing spot.
Hell yeah. I'm telling you, the second we play this music, people start coming in. What's going on?
I'm going to look at it anyway.
I don't understand this.
I do.
Maybe at the beginning of the episode, we should play this for like 2 seconds and see if people just magically start filling in, and then turn it off really quick. But
oh, an auction. Anybody wants to do a fast auction? We're going to stream it. Maybe $20 buy-in. Keep it interesting so people pay attention to the year and the draft. It's got to be fast. We're not going to do a slow draft because that's brutal.
no, because even when you do it fast, it still takes hours. So it's
Right.
still going to be a full-time commitment. Like, hey, commit your whole afternoon. It'll be like a 1 to 4 or like a 2 to 5 or, you know, some along those lines where it takes a couple hours, but it's not too crazy.
And it's not going to ruin your whole day. Right.
Yeah, but if we already plan far enough ahead, our thing is we don't want to do it last minute. We want to plan far enough ahead where people are like, all right, I know I'm going to be there. I know I have the time. I'm not going to bail last minute. I'm not going to, and then we'll probably actually have 2 or 3 alternates that might not get a spot, but that would be like the last guys where like, it's like, hey, if somebody doesn't show up, be ready that day and show up, because an auction does not work if there's 11 out of 12 people there. Everybody has to be there or it's lame.
Absolutely.
Yep. Guys, we are in the thick of it.
It's here.
We are a week from the draft.
It's here. Draft season is here.
This is real. There'll be plenty of cool stuff. And I'd also like to do some best ball. So we'll definitely do some best ball, maybe some best ball money leagues. Maybe we'll do some live draft best balls, even if they aren't money, just for content, you know, check on them, whatever. But I mean, I'm definitely trying to get in some more best ball money leagues this year. So even like a handful of $5 ones, just, you know, having fun.
Yeah, just drafting. You know?
Drafting, but at least getting to play with it instead of just mocking it. But all right, guys. Well, we will see you next week. Our plan right now, unless something drastically changes or family stuff comes up, because obviously real life, you know, not this is in real life, but, you know, family stuff comes first. But unless something comes up, we're going to plan on trying to be on for the draft so we can really get most of it. I can't guarantee we're going to last the whole first round, because sometimes it ends around midnight or so. But we'll do our best.
I'm game, but we'll see. You got to work now, so.
I mean, I'll stay up. I don't go to bed till like 1 a.m. anyways, no matter what.
Yeah. No. So yeah, plan to save for the whole thing.
All right. Well, guys, like, share, subscribe. If anybody, what's up, Hitman? Definitely be here. And like, share, subscribe, guys. And if you're interested in the auction draft, reach out to one of us on either obviously here or Sleeper. If you're interested in the other leagues, we're going to be doing some other paid leagues. And always like, share, subscribe, because it really, really, really helps. And if you weren't able to make, I cannot preface this enough. If you are not able to make the live, start the episode over. It's as simple as that.
Start it over. Drop a like. Drop a comment.
Yeah. And even commenting after the stream.
Comment along. Even comment along. Like, I'll just answer them.
They're both 2 different kinds of algorithms. They're both the kind of algorithm that pushes us forward and gets so we can do some more cool stuff. So thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Until next time, keep playing Dynasty, baby.
Peace out, y'all.